Hi, Damon. I'm sorry I didn't see your questions right away. Now that I know where to look for them, I'll be more proactive with them. But I thought I would answer all of the questions that you sent me via the Ask My Instructor one because it's an appropriate way to contact me. Um, so I'm going to do them in section order. So one of the ones you sent me was 11.2 in the 11.2 number 12. And what was happening is you were selecting a single card. So you're going to select a card from a 52 card deck. And the question was finding the probability that that card was, and I'm consulting my notes here, was neither a heart or an ace. And so my recommendation here, if you have this question and we're struggling with it, is to see the space. So as you know, there are, and maybe I can use the different colors that are here. There are hearts, there are diamonds, and within the hearts and diamonds, there are the cards 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King. And same with the diamonds 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King. And then we have in the black coloring, we have clubs as well as spades. And they have the same numbering as well 2, 3, 4, all the way up to the king, right? And oh, I'm forgetting a card in each one ace, right? I was going to do aces high, which is important for this problem, all the way up to king and then an ace. So let me come back in and in red, put the aces down here as well. And so this is our deck, and we want with one pick of the card, we don't want it to be a heart or an ace. So I would do it completely visual, and that would be my recommendation. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to get rid of, we don't want it to be a heart, so none of these cards are in it. We don't want it to be an ace, so this bottom row is out. And so we just count the cards that are left, and that will give us our probability. So if I count the cards that are left, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cards in both the diamonds, clubs, and spades. So that means I have 12, 24, 36 cards out of 52 that would be a success. That would be neither a heart nor an ace. There they all are, right? The ones that are not blacked out. And so there are those 36 cards there. They'll want us to reduce that, right? And so we know 36 is divisible by 4. 9 times 4 is 36. 52 is divisible by 4 as well. Maybe you know that that answer is 13. But that's why the answer is going to be 9/13 for that problem. But I felt I needed to make a video because we can make it really visual. I think it's hard when they do it, the neither problems, and so I tend to do them this way. So again, that's 11.2 homework number 12. You also asked about 11.3, number 3. So if we turn there, this is where they gave you numbers one. It was in a set notation 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to the number 15. And they wanted you to find the probability that with one draw, one pick of the numbers here, that it would be an A or B. Now, A was something specific. A was even, or B was a multiple of 4. Now, they're going to be happy if you get an even number or a multiple of 4. Actually, I'm looking at the problem more closely, and it says and. So we need them both to happen. So if I look at this set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 15, the even numbers are obviously 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that would meet the first criteria. But at the same time, because of this word and, you need to be a multiple of 4. Well, only these two, actually 3, are multiples of 4. So 3 out of the 15 numbers are both even and multiples of 4. There's the 3 I have boxed. The 1, the 3, the 5, the 7, the 9, and the 11. Actually, there was one more even one, right? 14. the odd ones are out because they're not even. The even ones we consider for a moment, but they need to be both even and a multiple of 4. And there's just those 3 numbers out of the original 15 total. So that's where it's getting the 3/15 from. Then you asked about 11.3, number 3. I'm sorry, number 13, if I see my writing correctly. This is the one where they listed out planets' distance from the sun, and they wanted to know if 2 events were independent or not independent. And one was that a planet is closer to Jupiter, and the other was farther from Earth. So the question was, are these independent events or dependent events, or not? Our book says not independent. So they're independent if they can't happen at the same time, but there is a planet. The planet Mars is not closer to the sun than Jupiter and farther from the sun from Earth. It fits right in between those. And so because it belongs to both categories, both farther from Earth and closer to Jupiter, the right answer is not independent. Because there's a planet, Mars, that is both closer to Jupiter and farther from Earth. Then you asked me about 11.4, right? The homework that we're doing recently. Number 8. So let's look at 11.4, number 8. This is the one where we roll the fair die 4 times. So fair die is rolled 4 times. And a 2 is considered a success. Okay, so if a 2 comes up, we're successful. If a 2 does not come up, it's not successful. It's almost like we're bet on 2, and so we're very focused on that. They wanted the probability that there were no successes with the 4 rolls. So it's rolled 4 times. So out of the 4 rolls, I don't want any successes. A success for us is getting a 2. Well, that happens with a probability of 1/6. So again, each number on the die is going to come up. Its probability is 1 out of 6. It's 1 out of 6 options. Everything's equally likely. And I don't want that to happen at all. But I want to have no successes. So the probability that I don't get a 2 is 5/6. So that may be where the problem came from. So a single number like 2 coming up is 1/6. If we say not a 2, well, that has 5 out of 6 opportunities. And we need that to happen all 4 times. When you run this in a calculator, you'll figure out that C of 4, 0 is just 1. Anything raised to the 0 power is 1. So our real answer is just 5/6 to the 5th power. And that's where they're getting their 625, which is 5 to the 5th, over 6 to the, not to the 5th, sorry, to the 4th. Just kidding, right? It's the 4th power. I didn't mean to mistranslate that. So 5 to the 4th is 625. 6 to the 4th is 1296. And that doesn't reduce. And so that's why they're going to have that as the reflected answer. And then you asked me about 11.4, number 20. This was a weird one. They wanted you to map the right formula. The only formula that makes sense, if you remember, they wanted 2 white balls and 2 black. They didn't give us enough information. They didn't tell us how many balls were in the bag. And so therefore we could never get the probability, but we did know this, that we were selecting 4 items, 2 of which we wanted to be the same. So let's suppose we're focused on the white. That's what we would do. Hey, we want 2 white. Because if we get 2 white, then we're automatically going to get 2 black. If I only want to have exactly 2 whites, the other 2 have to be black because there are only black and white balls in there. So whatever the probability of being white, I want to happen 2 times. The probability of being black would be 1 minus b, and I also need that to happen 2 times. C of 4, 2 is 6. But you should be led to this formula because it was the only one that had a 2 in both categories, right? Those would have to add up to the total of 4 rolls. So hopefully this is helpful. I thought it would be better to just make this video as opposed to try to type all this out. So yeah, let me know how that is working for you. I bet I will send a response via email. Thanks so much. Bye.